Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Jasmine, and welcome to another weekly weigh-in vlog. For those of you who might be new here, I have been on a weight loss journey using the compounded GLP1 medication tirzepatide since January 1st of 2024. I'm currently down right around 130 pounds, and I share my weekly weigh-ins as well as other weight loss related content here. So if you have not joined the family yet, be sure to do so and hit that subscribe button. I am gonna go ahead and just get right into this week's weigh-in. So today is, and let me reel it back. I always forget to say this in my little beginning spiel, but I do my weigh-ins and my shot days on Thursdays. I am currently on 10 milligrams of compounded tirzepatide. Okay, today is Thursday, April the 24th. And last Thursday on April the 17th, I had weighed in at 213 pounds. As of this morning, I weighed in at 213 pounds. So I have lost 0 for the week, and that brings my overall weight loss to 130.8 pounds. So last week, as you guys may or may not know, I had gained a whole pound. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling real discouraged by it. It sucks. I feel like I've kind of hit a little bit of a plateau here in the past couple weeks, and I don't know entirely what it's related to. I do know that this past weekend was Easter weekend, and I did eat like an asshole. Yes, I did. And so I'll own up to that. Maybe it's from that, because I did weigh myself after the weekend and I was up a couple of pounds, and so now I'm kind of back down. It's like this up and down business. I feel like the weekends here lately have been my downfall, and I don't know what that's about, because I take my shot day on Thursdays mainly because I want it to mostly be effective for the weekend so that I'm not like overeating and stuff. And I feel like here lately, like, I don't know, I just have been having a really hard time. I will say I am starting my new job, which I'll be working every weekend doing 12-hour shifts. So I'm hoping that that will maybe keep me busy, and so I'm not just sitting around wanting to snack all day as well. Because I find whenever I am kind of bored, I tend to want to snack a bit more and stuff. So I'm hoping starting this weekend job will maybe help with that on the weekends. It is really discouraging. Another thing that I have also given thought to and was wanting to kind of discuss here today is I have shared that I have been taking creatine with you guys in hopes to try and grow an ass, and I've been on that journey for a little over a month now. I've been taking the creatine every single day, and I was reading that apparently creatine can cause some temporary weight gain, but it's just like water weight, because it basically, creatine like pulls water into your muscles and helps make them bigger and stronger, and so it can cause some, it's supposed to be temporary weight gain from that. I honestly will say I have been feeling a little bit bloated lately and just kind of feeling a little bit and I don't know again if that's related to just me messing up on the weekends and maybe eating a little too much, or if maybe the creatine is also not helping the situation. And so I have given thought to maybe stopping the creatine. I don't know. I feel like I have enjoyed the creatine. Like, I genuinely have noticed an increase in my muscle strength and also in my muscle recovery. Like, I feel good taking it. I feel like it helps me with my workouts, but at the same time, like I said, I've been feeling a little bit more bloated, and also just I've been battling these couple of pounds. I just keep going up and down, and you know, that is really frustrating. And I did do a little bit of an experiment this past couple days. Like, I basically have been weighing myself every morning for the past, since Monday. So for the past 4 mornings, I weighed myself every morning just to see what my body was doing. I typically will only weigh once a week because weighing every day is not good for my mental health, but I have been weighing every morning for the past 4 mornings, and my weight kept going up. It went up by like 2 pounds. I think I got up to like 214 or I think it started at like 216 or something crazy Monday morning, and then it went down to like 214, and then it went back up a little bit yesterday, and it's down today from yesterday. But it got me thinking, because I know for a fact that for the past 4 days at least, I have been in a deficit. Like, I have been eating well below my usual, because honestly I was trying to kind of make up for this past weekend, and so I have been trying to eat a little bit below what I usually will eat in my calories for the past 4 days, just, you know, trying to see if that helps. And I noticed that even doing that, I was gaining weight the next day. And so granted, I know it's not fat that I'm gaining, and I know it's probably just water retention and whatever, but it got me thinking about the creatine, and I'm like, man, maybe this really is making me hold on to water. And I just feel like right now in my journey, I'm still like, I still have a good 70 something pounds I need to lose, you know, and I am at a place where I'm still needing to be in a deficit. And when you are eating in a deficit, it kind of makes it hard to put on muscle. And I wouldn't say it's impossible, because I know I've put on muscle since the beginning of my journey, but it does make it harder. And so part of me is thinking, what are the, like, do the benefits outweigh the cons of taking the creatine? Like, because I haven't seen huge muscle growth in my glutes since taking it. I know it takes time, you know, to get there, but I just feel like, you know, the odds of me growing a dump truck while I'm eating in a deficit are probably slim to none. So I feel like part of me just wants to focus on losing weight right now, and maybe not focus so much on the muscle growth. I feel like maybe I need to stop the creatine. I still plan to continue my strength training exercises to try to maintain my muscle mass, obviously, but I think maybe I need to just focus on actually getting my weight down a bit more before I go into like trying to rebuild muscle and stuff, if that makes sense. Because I know when you are trying to build muscle, like, you have to eat in a surplus to do that, along with, you know, strength training and stuff, to really get, you know, good results. And so yeah, I don't know, let me know what you guys think about all that. Maybe I'm being delusional. Like I said, I realize I've been messing up on the weekends, and that is most definitely affecting my weigh-ins, but I feel like I don't know, I just feel like at the same time I am not messing up like to the extreme to where I should be gaining weight. Like, I don't know, I just feel like I need to change something. Something's got to change, something's got to give. So I will let you guys know what I end up doing with that. But yeah, as of right now, I feel like I need to maybe switch into just fat loss mode and not be trying to diddly daddle with, you know, muscle growth. Like, I don't know, I feel like you can't do both at the same time. I just feel like you can't. So yeah, anyways, that was a long tangent. We are gonna move right along into my symptoms for this past week. I'm gonna go ahead and just go into my Pep app where I track all of my symptoms. So on Friday the 18th, oh, that reminds me, because I marked it down. And see, I forget these things, but I have them in my phone now in this little app, and it keeps track of everything, and it's great. If you guys haven't checked out the Pep app, I always mention them in my videos, but check them out. Use my code, it'll get you 3 days free trial and then $10 off after that. But yeah, on here I had marked, I actually forgot to take my shot last Thursday because it was my husband's birthday, which, you know what, now that I think about it, maybe that could have also played into this week's weigh-in, because we did go out to eat on his birthday. I did indulge. I did have a margarita. I did. So yeah, I forgot to take my shot last Thursday. I did take it that last Friday though. I took it on the 18th. And on the 19th, I was having some heartburn. I rated 5 out of 10, which actually, okay, we're gonna get into a little bit of a story time here with what's been going on with me for these past couple days, because it's been a little bit crazy. So all of my troubles started Saturday evening. I started having sulfur burps, and I don't know if y'all are not familiar with what those are. It's basically just when you burp, you get this really nasty taste in your mouth, and it's basically due to certain food. It could be due to a lot of different things, but it could be due to certain foods. When they get digested, if they sit for too long in your stomach, they can let off a lot of sulfur, and that basically comes back up, and it just tastes really nasty, like I said. But I've had them in the past, and so I know what they are, but I don't have them frequently. But I started having them Saturday evening. By Sunday morning and all day Sunday, I was having them really bad, and to the point where I was feeling just nauseous and kind of just really not feeling good, honestly, for like the entirety of Sunday. I did end up getting some Pepto-Bismol, because apparently Pepto helps with sulfur burps, which I didn't know until I looked it up, and it does help. So I got some Pepto. I took a good like 8 doses of Pepto, because you can take 1 dose every hour up until your symptoms are relieved. And I will also say that Saturday and Sunday I was also having diarrhea. This is going to be a TMI story time, but yes, I was having sulfur burps and diarrhea, okay, feeling ill. So I took Pepto on Sunday. By Sunday evening, I was feeling better. The sulfur burps had pretty much gone away. On Monday morning, I noticed I was having a little bit of sulfur burps again, so I took another dose of Pepto. By Monday evening, I had, again, TMI, I had an episode of black stool, which for anyone who doesn't know, that is concerning, because it can be a sign of basically blood in your stool. If your stools are ever black, it could be because there's blood in them. And that could mean you might have a GI bleed somewhere. And so that could, or there's lots of different causes that it could be, but that's the main concern, is that you are bleeding internally. At the same time though, Pepto-Bismol can cause black stools, which I did not know that. And you would think I would know that because I'm a nurse, but I didn't know that until I looked it up. So when I realized that Pepto could cause that, and I took a lot of Pepto, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna freak out about it. So I just, I did call my doctor the next morning, on Tuesday morning, and I just told them what was going on, told them, that I had taken the Pepto and whatever. So they weren't concerned. They said, okay, as long as it goes away by the end of the week, you should be good. So fast forward to today, this morning, and today's Thursday. I had another episode, and it hasn't gone away. Every bowel movement I've had this week has been black. And this morning it was black, but it also was a different consistency, and it almost to me looked tarry, which that is kind of another sign that there's blood in your stool, is if it looks tarry or sticky and black. That's not a good sign. And so this morning when I saw it, I felt like it almost looked like that, and I started doing some Googling, and I came across a Reddit post of somebody who had posted a picture of their, and it looked similar to what I myself had this morning. And I was reading their post, and they ended up getting a workup and found out they had cancer, stomach cancer. And so of course I start spiraling, and at that point I did send a picture of my stool to my doctor, just asking them, do they think this looks tarry? Should I go to the ER? I didn't really know what to do. They did call me back and advise that I go to the ER because it looked concerning to them. What I ended up doing today, this is all like this morning, by the way, it's like 3 in the afternoon, but this all occurred this morning. Maybe I'm oversharing here, but I'm just so you guys get the full picture. So I recently got a new job. I'm due to start tomorrow, is my first day, right? And I will be eligible for insurance with my new job after 30 days. So knowing that, and the fact that I'm currently unemployed and therefore like not making, you know, I get unemployment, but like other than that, we don't have a lot of money. So in order to try to save a couple bucks, I decided to cancel my health insurance that I had through the marketplace. I was paying for it out of pocket and it was like $360 a month, and I figured, well, you know, I could go a month without health insurance, right? Like, and so I did. I canceled it because I didn't want to have to pay the premium for May. And little did I know that when I canceled it, it canceled it for the rest of the month of April, which I think that's a bunch of BS because I paid my full premium at the beginning of April for April. Like, it would only make sense that I would have coverage until the end of the month. But I called United Healthcare and they said, yeah, no, it ended the day that you canceled it, so you don't have coverage. So I'm like, oh, that's great. So I would start bleeding internally like the week that I decide to go without health insurance. And so at that point, I, you know, felt like, is it worth going to the ER? Because I have done this song and dance, like, I don't know how many times, where I go to the freaking ER uninsured and walk out with like a $5,000 bill. And I just feel like, you know, like I'm concerned about it, but at the same time, if it's nothing, if it's like, even if it's just like an ulcer or something like that, you know, I would treat with antibiotics, like, do I really want to go work up a $5,000 bill about this? Like, no, I don't. So I decided to go to the urgent care, and I'm glad I did. I went to the urgent care. They were able to see me there, and they were able to test my stool there, and they were able to confirm there was no blood in it. So thank God that I did not go to the freaking ER just to be told that there was no blood in my stool and it was probably just discolored from the Pepto-Bismol. So yeah, they pretty much said, you know, they think it's from the Pepto, that it's, you know, black for that reason, and basically, like, I'm fine as long as I don't get any other symptoms, or as long as it resolves in a couple of days, that everything should be okay. So, which is great. I'm glad, you know, obviously I don't want to be ill, but yeah, it's just our healthcare system, man. Like, it's so, it really is. And I honestly, like, I don't know. I feel like American healthcare is a joke, but that's beside the point. But I was able to, you know, get that taken care of, and as of today, I feel good. I feel fine. I haven't had any more sulfur burps since like Tuesday, and I feel okay aside from the black stools. I mean, I don't feel like I'm dying. So yeah, I don't really know though, like, you know, because there's other things that could cause black stools, like there's H. pylori and stuff, which would need like antibiotics. And so I guess if it doesn't clear up in a couple days, I might just call my PCP and see if they can test me for the H. pylori in office, because they should be able to do that. I shouldn't have to go to the ER for that. And so we'll see. But yeah, that is been my whole thing. I think I honestly maybe just caught some kind of bug, like, because I was having nausea and diarrhea and then the sulfur burps, like, for that whole 2 days. I feel like I maybe had like a viral stomach bug or something going on, but yeah, I felt awful. So that is everything as far as symptoms for this past week. And moving to non-scale victories, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't have a non-scale victory this week. Like I said, I've been dealing with the whole episode of feeling like I was dying and stuff, like, and just I haven't been in the right headspace to, I guess, pay attention to non-scale victories. And sometimes it be like that, and it's okay. We don't have to have a non-scale victory every single week to still be victorious. Other than that, guys, I did want to let you know that I am starting my new job tomorrow, which I've mentioned already, but due to me starting this new job and my new work schedule, I am not sure how my upload schedule here is going to be affected. Because I don't know, I'm really not sure how I'm going to do things, because typically I film these videos on Thursdays and then I edit them and post them on Saturday, but I edit them like on Friday. But I'll be working on Fridays now, so I don't know how realistic it is for me to be able to have time to edit and post when I'm working. So yeah, things might be changing. I might need to change my upload day, possibly, but when I get that all figured out, for sure, I'll be sure to let you guys know. And as far as my other second videos that I do every week on Wednesdays, I am gonna try to keep on doing that. But I don't know, things, we'll see how it goes. You know, I'm starting a new job, and I mean, there's gonna be a lot to learn with starting a new specialty and stuff, and so I don't know honestly how much time or energy I'm gonna have to like devote to making these videos. I want to definitely commit to making my weekly weigh-ins, just because I feel like these are kind of like the backbone of my channel at this point. But I will try to keep doing 2 videos a week, but things might change, and so bear with me guys. But other than that, I do post also over on my TikTok. I try to post over there like pretty much every day, and I'll usually post my TikToks here as shorts as well. But if you aren't following me on TikTok, be sure to do that as well if you want to. We are gonna do an emoji for this week, so let's see. So this week we're gonna do the poop emoji, because I think it's just appropriate for this past week's experience. So if you made it this far, leave one of those in the comments to let me know. And other than that, guys, I really do appreciate y'all for watching as always. I will see y'all in my next one.